Yes, they've finally done it. Fender has re-released the HM Strat. What's up everybody, Jake here, and today we're just going to take a couple minutes and talk about Fender announcing at NAMM 2020 that they are doing a limited edition reissue of the Fender HM Strat. Real quick guys, if you have not visited my channel before, thanks so much for stopping by, and do remember to hit that subscribe button to stay updated on future videos. Also make sure to go ahead and like my Facebook page for daily updates on upcoming content. Real quick, full disclosure, this video is a opinionated video. I do not own one of the reissues. I obviously own a real one, but I do not own one of the reissues. If you're here for a demo and an up close look at one of the new ones, wrong video. But I do want to take a minute because a lot of people have thrown down in my comment sections that I should talk about the reissue versus my real one. If you've watched my channel even once, you probably know my 89 HM Strat in Ice Blue is my dream guitar. It's my favorite guitar. It's the guitar I spent 10 years trying to track down, and I finally bought it last year. I absolutely love it, and I was thrilled when Fender announced the reissue. Now, they pretty much nailed it spec-wise for the most part. It's got the super flat 17-inch radius, the weird 25.1-inch scale. It's got the bright colors. I think they're doing flash pink, ice blue, bright white, and I think they're even doing a yellow, which they didn't actually do in the 80s, so that's new for 2020. Kinda cool, but I wish they would have just stuck to the original colors. So these guitars did not sell well in the 80s, so I'm really surprised they're doing a reissue. Whenever people ask what my guitar is and I tell them an HM Strat, they're always like, what? What is HM? And I'm like, bruh, it's heavy metal. Heavy metal! So these guitars were not popular at all, and the reissue announcement really shocked me. However, I think it's really cool, besides a few things. Number one, the trem. These guitars are $1,200, and they come with a Floyd Rose Special. Guys, that is a bottom of the barrel tremolo system. That is what you find on $200 to $300 guitars. I've had one before. I've done a video saying, they're not so bad. I think that opinion has kind of changed once I had it on my guitar for a few months. It was super squeaky. It wouldn't stay in tune. It was a mess. I ended up taking it off and finding an original trim for my Charvel. So to see that on a $1,200 guitar, I would have thought you'd at least get a 1000 series. On the original model, they had a high-end Kaler 2720 trim. So putting that up against a Floyd Rose Special, you're on another planet. Number two, the pickups. They're just standard Fender HM pickups. That could be good. I love Fender. I'm a huge Fender fan. But the lack of the DiMarzio pickups like they had in the originals is really disappointing. In the original HMs, you had a DiMarzio Super 3 in the American models, and you had a Super Distortion in the Japan models. So going back to Fender pickups is a little disappointing. Like I said, I love Fender, but they've never been able to nail a humbucker pickup. Usually they're really muddy sounding. They're great at single coils, but humbucker is just not their cup of tea. So the lack of DiMarzios is a huge disappointment. Now, the next reason I'm a little disappointed with the reissue is the tone pots. On the originals, you had TBX tone pots, which is a stacked tone pot that gives you an additional presence boost if you notch it up past halfway. So when you turn it up, there's a little notch. So 5 is really 10, and when you go past it, it boosts the high end even more. This guitar doesn't have those. So that's just another thing that differs the guitar a lot from the original. All that being said, the reissues are made in Japan and are going to cost $1,200. In my opinion, that's too much for what you're getting. I think they're fantastic guitars, but mainly the trem and the pickups, I'm like, ugh, I would not pay $1,200 for a guitar that comes with a Floyd Rose Special made in Japan. Made in Japan are great guitars, but you can buy a used USA one of these right now around $800. So the reissue, I don't think they're quite nailing the price point. Plus it comes with a gig bag. The originals came with a hard shell. There's just so many things adding up here that just I couldn't quite get myself to buy one of the reissues at that price. I still think it's cool they're reissuing them. I think they dropped the ball on a few things, which is a little disappointing. But their big sellers, there's only going to be 300 in all the colors, and people always jump at limited edition items. So I don't think they'll have any trouble moving those 300. But I think that if you're considering it, right now you should look at buying one of the originals because they go for way cheaper than the reissues. I can't decide if the originals are either gonna skyrocket or drop a ton in value, but I think right now is probably the prime time to start looking on Reverb and eBay for one of the originals. So guys, that's it. Fender is re-releasing the HM Strat. It's really cool, but I think they're missing a few things. What do you guys think of this NAMM 2020 announcement? Let me know down below. Anyway guys, that's pretty much going to do it for this video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, throw a thumbs up on this video, and any comments, throw them down below. See you guys later.